Hello and welcome to The Wandering Winnipegger. My name is Sigung David, and I'm always searching around Winnipeg for the awesome and the interesting. Now imagine my surprise when I found out that right here in our city, we have a connection to the Shaolin Temple in China, a place famous for its practices of the Chinese martial arts. We are in that very place right now. We are at the Ching Wu Athletic Association in downtown Chinatown. Joining me today is Ching Wu's chief instructor, Sigung David Cliffe. David, thank you for joining us today.
Nice to meet you.
Could you briefly describe what the Ching Wu Athletic Association is?
Well, we can start with a literal translation. Ching Wu actually means refined combat, and is a concept of taking ancient training methods that were meant to prepare soldiers for the battlefield and turning them into more recreational activities for exercise and health and general benefit for the community. The original Ching Wu was set up with that in mind. It was about, actually as of last year, it would have been the 100th anniversary of the original Ching Wu Association. So it was set up originally in Shanghai.
What sort of programs does Ching Wu offer?
Well, we have Shaolin Kung Fu, which is the original Kung Fu from the Shaolin Temple. We have Tai Chi, which is a very popular, sort of a slow-moving exercise form of martial arts. And seven-star praying mantis Kung Fu, which is, and was one of the most famous and most popular of the Chinese martial arts. And we also offer Sanda, which is the free sparring for competition.
What events does Ching Wu participate in?
Well, we've been doing, for example, we've been doing the Chinese Pavilion of Folklorama for the past 20, 25 years maybe. Also similar events that are sponsored by the Folk Arts Council, of which we're a member. And we also enter competitions occasionally. There was, for a while, we weren't doing much in the way of competition. We were much more interested in the cultural events, but we're starting to get a little more into the competition events now.
How close is the training program of Ching Wu to the training that takes place at the Shaolin Temple?
Well, I actually trained at the Shaolin Temple, and the exercises are the same, the routines are all the same. The big difference is in the time that you put in per day. We were training 6 hours a day there, which is pretty common for martial arts schools in China. In fact, the commercial schools in China are actually boarding schools where the people, it's mostly for young people, and the school is responsible not just for their martial arts training, which would take up about 4 hours a day, but they're also responsible for their academic training as well.
What changes do you notice in the people who commit themselves to the program?
Well, I like to think that we build good character, and I guess I've seen evidence of that, but it's hard to say whether we're contributing to the character building or whether this kind of club attracts people of good character in the first place. But I like to think that that we're building good citizens. But definitely in terms of more obvious benefits like health benefits, I've seen people, become very, very strong, physically strong, and very confident as well, for applying themselves to other aspects of life.
How can the teachings of Kung Fu be applied in the present day?
Well, there's the obvious benefit of being able to defend yourself. It can be an ugly world out there, and you do need some form of personal protection because the police can't be everywhere at once. And then, as I said, there's the health benefits, being able to fend off, a strong body being able to fend off disease and being able to recover from accidents more quickly, that sort of thing. And as I was mentioning about the confidence, when someone finds out that they're able to do this stuff that we're showing them, that they're able to learn this, and they figure they can do anything, and they can take that attitude of positive energy into other endeavors, into business, into education, whatever else they're doing in their life.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and I wish you and Ching Wu continued success. And thank you for joining us this week. I'm Sigung David, the Wandering Winnipegger, and I will catch you next time.